We've reached the tail end of March and I'm here at Zaagkuilsdrift Road for the Honorary Rangers Birding Challenge. This summer has been probably one of the best warbler seasons for Zaagkuilsdrift Road and a whole bunch of other special migrants. So I thought, as I'm here the day before the actual challenge to scout out the area, let me actually just put together a sights and sounds of Zaagkuilsdrift Road to just give you a sense of what this place has been like this summer. Behind me, calling from that dense bush over there, is a marsh warbler. You can hear its rapid jumbling call, bunch of mimics included and whatnot. Tons of them on Zaagkuilsdrift Road every year, even more so this year. The warbler year has been very, very good. But specifically, notoriously difficult to see. They'll go into a thicket like this and they just refuse to come out. And the net result is you'll be lucky to see one. You really got to put in effort, but really beautiful call. I mean, just listen to that. One of the more sought after Zaagkuilsdrift birds, particularly for those with probably a sub 600 life list. A family of burnt-necked aramomula calling behind me. Very common along this road if you know their calls. A little bit more skittish and secretive like a warbler, so they don't perch openly on a fence, which is I think why some people overlook them. But what a brilliant bird. This area behind me is affectionately known as Rutz's Farm to those that have birded Zaagkuilsdrift. Often it's the very first dip as you start Zaagkuilsdrift Road. Really good place to start. Often get fish eagle here, a lot of warblers. It gets quite wet. Some of the ducks very early on in the morning, and some really cool morning dawn chorus birds, white-throated robin-chat, bunch of other stuff. Really cool spot to start your morning. I have a family of magpie shrike calling behind me. Interesting in their behavior that they very much a social shrike, mixing in fairly decent sized groups, all singing and chattering away amongst each other. Most of your other shrikes tend to be more individualistic in their behavior, but very, very numerous along Zaagkuilsdrift Road, cracking species, and something you'll see quite often. Behind me you can see the famous Crake Road. This road floods in summer, and obviously it gets its name from the fact that a lot of water birds, and specifically some of the more sought after crakes, can be seen at the puddles along this road. So particularly when it's very deep, you are going to need a 4x4 to get in and out of the lodge and to do Crake Road, but it is well worth it. It's spectacular, and you'll see as we drive down now, going to get some amazing water birds and even some good raptors along here. Well worth stopping in at Crake Road. busy looking at a group of black-winged pratincoles on the floodplain, and that's another thing that people come to Kommoo and Zaagkuilsdrift to see. These birds are here, and I've heard that the flocks we have in this area could be massively significant numbers, into double digits of the world's population of pratincoles in this area, both between here and Kommoo Dam. Another reason to visit this spectacular area. Dawn on Zaagkuilsdrift Road. Always get amazing dawn choruses here. I've got my coffee on and an absolutely spectacular sunrise behind me. This is why we do this place in the early hours of the morning. Already heard river warbler calling. Gonna go and see if I can get a recording of it, and a great start to Zaagkuilsdrift. As you get near the village, this is where the magic happens. This behind me is the Kommoo floodplain, and one of these little openings through the trees, but this is a huge floodplain. And when this thing floods in summer and the conditions are right, striped crake, Balin's crake, spotted crake, Allen's gallinule, lesser moorhen, the list just goes on and on and on. This summer has been incredible, but every year when this floods, this place is just incredible. If you have never been to Zaagkuilsdrift yet, it's nails flay but closer, and in some cases I think it's even better. Really an absolutely mind-blowing place. The village of Kommoo is well worth birding. It's one of the best spots in this area for great spotted cuckoo. But all this arid scrub from the livestock overgrazing, you get great sparrow. It's one of the better spots for Kalahari scrub robin, and they've even had rare stuff like pectoral sandpiper in some of the temporary pans that form here in summer. So don't just drive through the village fast to get to the main floodplain bridge, which we're going to check out now, but bird the village. I've just had a yellow canary, Temming's courser on the floodplain earlier today. Really good birding spot. Here we are at the floodplain bridge. I can already hear greater painted snipe calling in the background. I've had malachite kingfisher, but the rarities seen at this bridge go on and on and on and on. Every summer, incredible stuff is seen here, and this is why people come here. So I would honestly pace your day, particularly if you can spend the whole day here, and finish off with sunset on the bridge. So why is Zaagkuilsdrift so special, and why do we get so many birds? It's not just the fact that you've got bushveld and water. It's a lot more complex than that. As you drive along this road, you will notice the soil type changes repeatedly. And you don't just get one type of bushveld, you get many types. So yes, you get a lot of the same bushveld birds right along the road, but there are other underlying species that will change from section to section. Really, if you pay attention to the habitat changes, it really opens up a new world to getting the big numbers and the big lists for Zaagkuilsdrift, and why I think it's one of the best birding sites in the world.